Yeah, no, this room is super cute. I love up there specifically, right?
No, I do love that bit. It's honestly, I just love it all. But oh wait, also before we start, do you want to go like meet some of the crew and stuff behind the scenes? Like we could just do it real quick.
Of course, yeah, let's go.
Okay, so if you want to follow me over here, it's just kind of through the hallway here, like down
Wait.
on the right.
Sorry. Before you keep going, I actually do need to pee. Is that okay?
Oh, TMI, but okay, that's fine. I'll just get back in here. Okay, off topic, these paintings are so cute. I love the one with those flowers and actually, I can't see my flowers.
Hello there. Long time no see.
Long time. Wendy, I literally filed a restraining order on you last Tuesday. What are you doing here?
Oh, Taya, I need to tell you something. You got me pregnant, and you haven't paid for the child support in a week, and I'm getting really nervous. It's okay if you pay me now.
Wendy, these lights. Wendy, shh, we're on camera.
Okay.
Say this later. What do you mean, Wendy?
I was just joking. It's just pulling your leg. I'm not even. I'm just
the
kidding.
badge.
That too.
Just so full of jokes.
You're so full of steam. Okay.
No, please, Wendy.
Okay. I'll see you later. Meet me in the car park. Okay. It's okay.
No, Wendy. Go.
Bye, Taya.
Oh my god, I need to touch the makeup after that.
Lotus.
Oh no! Wendy, where did you come from? What?
With episode 5 of Escape the Night Tragedy at the theatre premiering last weekend, we are now officially at the halfway point. It's time for the roundup, honey. So now that we're at the halfway point, talks and theories and discussions are going wild in our Discord server, discord.gg/Radiance Originals. If you're wondering, it's on the screen now, it's in the description. Come on down, join us, get a part of the discussion. My special guest for this week's roundup has been on the channel a lot this week. I think it's their 3rd time in just a week alone. So give it up for the not so elusive Indigo Blue. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, sorry. Okay. Hey, Taya.
Hey. They've been having this very special week. It's kind of like when everybody's talking about Indigo. So how's it been?
I feel refreshed. I feel a part of the owners officially. I'm so happy and excited. Yes.
Well, I mean, we're glad to welcome you in. I loved the induction video, and I loved the fact that this episode, we played a big role in. And I know you love a big role. So I've heard.
Oh yes. We both.
So I've heard. Well,
yes. Oh,
at the same time?
Sorry. Oh, I mean, maybe like that.
Well then, we'll get into that later. But for now, we'll get into the roundup, honey. Should we do it?
Yes, we will. Yes.
Let's do it. Okay. This episode begins with the fallout from the previous death, which was... Wait. Flame.
What was it again? Yeah, Flame, yeah.
Flame. Sure. So shady.
Sorry, I didn't know. Sorry.
So episode 5 begins with another lieutenant intro, and we meet the cowboy and the cowgirl. Do they sound familiar? Do they sound familiar to you?
I don't know. I maybe I think I've heard of them like once or twice, but I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the one, but I think I could do a really good impression of the cowboy. You ready?
Oh yeah, of course.
Wasn't it wet and gushy? I thought it was wet and gushy. What was that about?
Oh my god! Oh, I think you got it spot on. I think that was literally the cowboy.
Oh, thanks. Oh my god.
Of course.
When we with the guests, there's this banjo kind of sound, and it's kind of Valerie knows it from somewhere. And what would have your mind gone to? Like if you just heard some random banjo playing from nowhere, and like your friends have just like died or whatever, and then there's just someone's playing a tune. How would you feel?
Listen, I'm very sad that everyone's dying, but I'd get up and I'll start dancing. I'd start dancing with the banjo.
No, I would have lived.
I would have started throwing it down. I would have started shaking.
A little line dance, a little hoedown.
Oh yes, a little hoedown.
A little country moment, yeah. And if you're lucky, you'll get a cactus with a prick. So the guests decide to, go and investigate what the banjo is, and they walk up the stairs to find a cowboy and a cowgirl. Now, do these two sound familiar to you?
Yeah, you know what? I actually can't put my finger on it.
I think you put your finger in it before.
Oh, that might be true. You might have got me there. I'm
It's
not.
Tanya and Wendy.
It is. It's us. Hey.
How did it feel doing this with me? Because if I say from my point of view, I loved doing this episode with you because we bounced off each other so well. And then there was times where just like, you were just improvising down. And I loved it. I loved it so much.
I think we worked so well together. And like,
I really
you know
do.
me, before the episode, I did struggle with the accent. I was a little scared, a little
did.
nervous. But look, this episode turned out to be one of the best because it was
Literally.
Tanya. Just me and you.
It was me and you. Because the fan reaction says it all. Like, me and you, just we kind of have that chemistry and that energy. But it was fun to not have to like play ourselves. We were playing someone else, and it wasn't really like the pressure of like being in a life or death situation. We were the lieutenants. It was just fun, and I had such a blast. It was so fun. So your character, the cowboy, tells the guests to scram. He does not want to hear any of it. And then my character turns around and she says, we need to teach him the ways. Like, we need to teach him where we come from. So, they have to learn the backstory and like the history of these cowboys. And it starts with finding some letters in the lobby. And they spell out, what they spell out? Was it?
Chartreuse? Sellers. Sellers.
So the guests go down to the cellar, and Edgar, my boy Edgar, finds a note. So real quick, before we talk about that, how do you think Edgar's been doing? Because I think last episode and now this episode, he's kind of stepping up to the plate.
Oh, for sure. Before that, I wasn't too sure upon Edgar. Like, I think Edgar was one of the people that I saw going pretty early because of his performances, like the talent show. Oh, no ma'am.
Oh, we don't talk about it.
We do not. But I think, obviously, in these past 2 episodes, not to spoil anything, but later on in this episode, you can see throughout, he's doing very well. I think this was a very good time for Edgar to shine. Very good job.
Yeah, and I think I kind of knew he would step up to the plate. Because there's a plate involved in the bitches eating, he finds it. He's just kind of, it's kind of in his nature to go for the food. So, yeah. So Edgar reads the note, and they're told to kind of get into their outfits, to go to the playground and play snakes and robbers.
Snakes and bandits, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Pigs. Oh, it's not snakes and robbers. They get told to play pigs and bandits.
Snakes and ladders. Snakes and ladders.
Snakes and ladders. So they have to go pick pigs and bandits, and they have to get in like outfits, and it's kind of to go through the history of the Cowboys from like beginning to end. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the lines I was saying. I was like, from beginning to end. So like, if you were kind of like one of the guests, where would you think a cowboy's life would start and end? Because I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I think it would start, being born into the desert, into this little Texas dry area. And I think it would end right on that stage. Oh, you know it. But if I know where it would end, because if he was there on that stage, I think I would fight him, and it would end right there. It would end right there.
So you would fight the cowboy?
Yes, self-love. You guys.
So Indigo, we see this really cool split between the guests that I've never seen done before. So basically, we have the one side, which was the people who've been voted into a challenge before this, and the other side of the people who have not been voted in. Now, if you were on this season, do you think you would have gone into one of the first 3 challenges? So do you think you would have been in the cops or the robbers team or the bandits and pigs, whatever they called them?
I think, honestly, I wouldn't want to go in the first 3. I would rather go out late than early, just if that's the case. But I mean, like, who knows? People might want to vote me very early, and I think they probably will if I were in this scenario. So I think I'd be on.
Would have been in the other team.
Yeah, I feel like people would vote me. Yeah.
So now throughout the challenge, they're kind of going at it, both sides. Is there anyone standing out to you? Because for me, there's only one answer. One person killed this.
You want to say it on 3?
I don't like being predictable. Let's say it on 27. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Edgar!
Edgar did really well. Yeah.
He got it. He stunted.
Yeah.
And as we were saying earlier, he really is, showing the girls what they should have done. Because this was a good performance from him. And I mean, spoiler alert, let's just say it. He ended up winning the task for his team. So the bandits win, as we've said, which unfortunately means that the pigs have an auto vote against them in the pile. Do you think this will be more of an incentive to vote for one of them? Because, I mean, they're more likely to be pulled. Would you do that?
Yeah, of course, especially this early in the game.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Yes. I would lean towards them because now that they have a vote, you know, at least that's not on me, that's on them. Goodbye.
Because we've seen, I mean, one vote can do you in. Jocelyn, last episode, was pulled from what we're presuming was literally just a single vote.
Literally.
So any of this team now could have got pulled.
Any one of them.
So the next task that the cowgirl and the cowboy asked them to do along their kind of like life timeline is a shoot-off head-to-head between two people paired up by the cowboy. And as he's pairing them up, this cowboy, aka you, had a lot of choice words. You kind of gave everyone a nickname. How did you assign these nicknames, just out of curiosity?
Literally, just in the moment, I was just looking at them and I was like, okay, what should I do? I know the vibe that they gave off. I was just like, that's you. Fireball.
You had Blue Boy, Sperm Style, and like, what was it, Gay?
Gay boy. Gay boy. Hey,
All
Edgar.
of them.
Hey, girl.
So the pairs teamed up now have to kind of do a shootout, Wild West style. Cue the music. The first head-to-head is between Jack and Edgar. Now, again, Edgar's been on a roll, and it don't stop here. He kind of get Jack good. It was like a kind of, it wasn't going any other way. He ate Jack up, and he finished it with that shade right at the end.
You know what? I've been catching on to it this whole season. These confessionals, these sly little shady comments, he did it right here, right then.
Because that's the thing, Edgar will give it to you in the confessionals, and I don't even think he's like purposely not saying it out loud. He's just kind of not really interested in saying it out loud.
Yes.
But he shaded Jack good, and you know the tweets where you say, "Oh, you're like, oh," and you like kind of you clench. It was very that. These other head-to-heads happened. The second one was between Ali and Jocelyn. And Jocelyn, no, I was about to say Jocelyn surprised me, but I kind of expected her to win this. But she killed it.
She did. She really grabbed this challenge by the balls and just, you know, did it.
The blue
balls. Hey, Papa.
I will say, though, Ali did put up a fight. I think Ali kind of put up a fight more than Jack, from what I could see. So I was glad she did that. The next head-to-head with Jonathan and Pablo go head-to-head. It's like the red and the blue corner, literally. And what did you think of this one?
Oh my god. It was really intense because obviously we have Jack and Edgar fighting. But now we also have Pablo and Jonathan fighting. And I just think that, I don't know, I think the cowboy knows something. He definitely paired them up for some reason. For sure. But,
oh, does he?
Oh, yes, he does. He knows a little bit. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, it was definitely a fight made to happen. And, you know, Jonathan won. Good job to Jonathan. So, period.
Yeah. Finally, we see Mercy and Nick, aka like short person and short person and sperm. So the short person and the sperm start the shootout, and the winner of this battle was Nick. And this was another one that kind of surprised me. I expected Mercy to pull it out, but I mean, Nick killed it.
Yes, the sperm reached the egg first. Nick did that.
He really did. And I think Nick obviously had such a powerful moment last episode, which we've talked about, you know. And after that, I think episode 4 was kind of, Nick was a little shaken up and he didn't really do too much. He was kind of there. I actually don't think he did anything really. But then this episode, Nick is really showing, you know, he had a little hour to like recuperate, get his thoughts back together, and now he's here and he's saying, no, I am here, I am a threat. And I mean, he won the duel against Mercy, who, in my opinion, is like, if not like the strongest right now. So that was good for Nick. Yeah, so that was really good for Nick. I was really proud. I was very excited. I love a little like 1v1v1v1. And we got to see Edgar, Jocelyn, Nick, and Jonathan battle it out.
Yes, we did.
Now, let's just say, if you had to bet, who would you thought would have won this?
Before that, just because Edgar did miles better than Jack, I felt like Edgar had that one, but apparently not.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would have picked wrong as well. I think I would have gone for Nick. I don't know, I just felt it with Nick. You know, you get like that feeling, but clearly it was wrong because Jocelyn wiped the floor with those girls. Literally, they were done.
Done, finished. And like what I noticed was Nick and Jocelyn were forming like a little bit of an alliance in the corner before it started.
Right.
They kind of had teams. It was almost like a 2v2 for a little bit until Jocelyn ultimately won. So good job, Jocelyn.
There's one more task to be done, and it's not exactly a short one either. The guests have to go and rob Jimmy Jewels, this jewelry shop, and then they have to find the code to even get in there. And it was kind of a long one. How do you think you would have done with this task?
I mean, finding the code, I feel like was very difficult. It was very difficult, but honestly, once we got in that jewelry store, I don't think I would have came out. To be honest, take me away.
I know.
As long as I have some pearl necklaces.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh. No, I got my custom made here. Yes.
Custom made by who? The Cowboy?
You know it. Yes.
Self-love.
Ew.
So now the guests are in the lounge and they are told, well, at this point, I'm sure they know is coming. You need to vote on 2 to go into the death challenge. This time in the lounge, the guests have kind of split up into these little groups. You kind of get to see where some alliances are, like where people stand, like who they're immediately going to talk to. But there's a bit of a common enemy amongst like several groups. Jack is in trouble. I think he was so underrated that I hyped him up, and now he's overrated because this was not his episode, and I do think he deserved a lot of the stuff flying his way from people like Nick and Edgar, who were flat out telling him, look, I'm going to vote you.
Yeah.
Would you have done that? Would you have like the balls to say to someone, like, I'm going to vote you?
No, not that early, especially like
really?
you are at risk because like other people could see that as like a bit of like an aggressive or out of place thing to do. They might end up voting you. You know, I don't want to do that to myself. I would just keep it in secret. I'd just say, you know, I'm not going to vote you. Yeah, I would say so because I think up until this point.
Sorry, I
sneezed. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I'm just stuck it out for you.
But regardless, Jonathan and Edgar head to the final death challenge. So compared to some of the other death challenges, this challenge is pretty even. Like, you don't know which way it's going to go. Going into this, did you expect one of Jonathan or Edgar to beat the other by a landslide? Or did you expect it to be this close?
I mean, from the performances in this season, I thought Edgar was winning from a landslide for sure. For what he was doing these last 2 episodes, he definitely was on a roll and he was killing every task. I thought he was going to be way ahead of Jonathan. Outside of this, though, I think Jonathan would have kept up. Which,
I do think Edgar kept up that momentum here. And I mean, this was kind of short. Before they found out that it was what it was, there was, there's the letter task and then the riddles. And I think Edgar was on a roll. But Jonathan we've seen it. He won the challenge, Unit 1. I mean, he's done very well on other shows before. Like, he has like so much potential that people honestly don't see. So I've been saying on the roundup, and I said it earlier, like he needs to show, and he needs like a kick up the ass to be like, bitch, do something, like, you're here, like give us something. And I think this might be what he needed because he's killing it. He's had it.
Yes.
It may not be by much, but he's like a little bit ahead. And then ultimately, he's the first one to open up the saloon. So really, he like technically won.
He did, and it was a shock for me. But
it was.
I'm proud of Jonathan. He's finally showing, his full potential.
I think it might be too early to say, he's fully shown up and he's here. But going into the second half of the season, I think this might be the time for him to really kick it into high gear. And also, before we go any further, I said at the beginning of the episode, we would have a special announcement. We would kind of sprinkle it in throughout the roundup. Well, I'm here to tell you that this weekend, we're going to have a very special mid-season trailer of Escape the Night Tragedy at the Theatre. That's right, it's going to include all the drama, because when I tell you episode 6, episode 7, you will gag. Like, if you thought the season was good so far, just wait. You have not seen anything. This season is unlike any other. So there will be a trailer coming out in place of an episode, that will be the week after. But we'll give you a trailer this week, and you will gag. You are not ready for it. Back to the roundup, honey. We have a betrayal on Escape the Night Tragedy at the Theatre, and I've been waiting for something like this.
Yes, I was floored when I found out. I gagged.
it was a cute betrayal. I mean, I was there with open legs and open arms and open mouth and open everything. But yes, I was there to greet them. And do you think there was anyone who did worse than Jack, possibly?
If I'm gonna be honest, Jonathan. If Edgar picked up that knife and threw it at Jonathan's paper, I would be gagged.
Oh, this is the thing. Pick up the knife and throw the paper. Edgar picked up a gun and shot someone point blank. And that's what happened with Jack. He shot him multiple times. So, as you said, they made the decision for Jack. And back in the lounge, he ruthlessly unloaded an entire... What is it? Pistol. That's what they're called. Unloaded an entire pistol at Jack. It was crazy. I don't know if I would have been able to do that. Because, I mean, it's one thing to kind of kill someone and, you know, get someone else to do it, like get one of the lieutenants. He full on shot Jack.
Yeah, because, like, these people do not know who the Cowboy and Cowgirls are. Well, now they do. But they didn't know them. Right. So it would be, like, I don't know, it would be less of a shock if they came in and shooted Jack. But now that it's Edgar? Shot, maybe? Shooted?
Came in and shot, yes. Shot.
Shooted, they shooted.
Final question. Who do you think will escape the night?
Okay. I think my two that I know are getting out of here.
There's three.
Oh, there's three, okay. I think the three that I see getting out of the tragedy of the theater are Mercy, Jocelyn, and honestly Pablo. You know? I think they're very set on to get far, at least.
We'll have to keep watching Escape the Night Tragedy at the Theater to find out.
Yes, we do.
You know it. So, Indigo, I've loved having you on the roundup. I've loved seeing you have this week. Right, like this week has kind of been Wendy's week. And no, literally, this week has been so good. And yeah, I'm really glad I got to do this with you on the episode where we were the cowboy and the cowgirl.
Let's do it. Let's do cowgirl style or whatever. Cowgirl style.
Cowgirl.
Yes, that.
No. Well then, to the fans, I hope you have all enjoyed another episode of The Roundup, honey. I hope you caught our special announcement, and if you just skipped to the end thinking we were going to announce it here, you better go back, scroll through. Actually, no, don't scroll through. Go right to the beginning, watch the entire roundup, honey. And if you did, you would have seen our special announcement. Before we go, Indigo, should we give him a little howdy on the way out? In the cowboy voice, of course. Okay. Cowboy, cowgirl. You ready? Okay. Howdy.
Howdy.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, y'all. I can't do it, Rusty. Bye.